We had a pretty good season this year. We're looking at a tougher schedule in 25, an easier schedule in 26, but we've got a great foundation with transfers and recruits that really make the future look bright for Rutgers. But before we look to the future, sometimes it's a good idea to look to the past, what worked, and what lessons we can learn. And with that, I want to talk about today, Gabe, about the 2006 season, that magical season when Rutgers was one of the most competitive teams in the country. So, what are your initial thoughts on that 2006 season?
Well, my thoughts on both are promising, but going back to what you said about looking at what worked from the past, that's the biggest takeaway that anybody has looking through history is taking what works and applying it and forgetting what doesn't work, because if you don't learn about your history, it's bound to repeat itself. So looking at 22, or now you got me saying 2026, 2006, looking at 2006, it was a tough schedule. I mean, you've actually mentioned it pre-show. We faced number 3 Louisville and beat them by a score. We faced North Carolina week 1. Granted, it was before this whole Belichick era. We whooped Illinois 33-0. And what works is the defense. Now, the defense is somewhat weak, not as weak as it has been in years past. It's definitely improving. So when you look ahead to next year, 2025, which is this year, but next season, you see some holes in the defense, but you also see some promise. A lot of new commits that we went over in weeks past. And, going back to 2006, giving up 30 points in the first 4 weeks, if we can do anything remotely close to that, then maybe we do start off 4-0 and we beat the teams that we're supposed to, because later on in that year, facing Ohio State, Penn State, it'll be a little more tricky. So hot start definitely is something that we need to have.